City Council. Welcome all of you who are here tonight. And Madam Clerk, please note that all members of the council are here, so we have a quorum. Will you rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4 is approval of the agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to make a change to the agenda?
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Smith.
I would like to propose that we add as item 16A, resolution number R2627. The resolution acting upon a request of some residents, which I think they'd like to explain during communications from the audience.
Thank you, Councilman Smith. The agenda will be modified as noted. Item number 5 is the approval of the April 27, 2026 closed City Council meeting minutes.
Mayor Moore.
Councilmember Spallo.
I move for the approval of the April 27th, 2026 closed City Council meeting minutes.
Second.
A motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the April 27, 2026 closed City Council meeting minutes. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Item number 6 is approval of the April 27, 2026 regular City Council meeting minutes.
Mayor Moore.
Councilmember Spallo.
I move for the approval of the April 27th, 2026 regular City Council meeting minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes for the April 27, 2026 regular City Council meeting minutes. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are also approved. Item number 7 is presentation of the 250 Coin Challenge Commendation. And we are fortunate tonight and honored to have the chair of the Clay County 250 Commission is Clay County Commissioner Scott Wagner. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you, Madam Mayor, and the honor is mine to join you this evening for a couple of presentations. By now, I think this body knows the drill as far as what we are talking about and what we are doing, but for those who may be unfamiliar with that, as a quick reminder, as I think everyone knows, the 250th anniversary of this nation's founding is coming up this July. And a group of volunteers, several of whom are in this room, including Jim Oldebecken, and I have to recognize Councilman Davis and Councilman Smith, who have, as they've been asked to do things, have been doing things. But the idea behind this Citizen Challenge is to promote good citizenship, to remind people that this is their country, that there are ways for them to engage with it, and all of the governmental bodies that fall from the national all the way to local government here this evening. And in order to receive the coin that we are about to bestow, that requires people to do a little effort. I was joking with Jim, it requires a little bit of effort that even he can do if he chooses to do so, which includes coming to meetings like this one. It includes writing letters, having meetings, and if they so choose, actually doing the citizenship test that those who wish to become citizens have to go through. And I have to tell you, they taught most of that in civics back in the day, and they still do, but it is a great reminder of how knowledgeable are we about how our government operates. So the folks that we are going to recognize this evening actually are no strangers to this body either, because their daughter was here just a few weeks ago while Councilman Smith was still mayor at the time. You know, back in the good old days or something like that. But at any rate, I'd like to recognize Anna and Dave Hickman, who have gone through and gotten their proper number of points and who have earned their coin this evening. And so I might ask them to step forward, and I'll ask the director of this operation, Mr. Barron, where would you like us to? Just come on up here. Okay.
No, no, you guys are good.
You go right ahead.
Just fine.
Back row.
So I won't move this, I'll cut, because we'll have to, oh, perfect, thank you. So we're not thing they are supposed to do to receive their coins this evening as well. And I'm staring at all 5 of them right now. I do have to say a couple things, though, because the ability for us to be successful in this endeavor is for governmental bodies like this one to be enthused and excited about what it is that we are trying to accomplish and to help push that message forward. And it's not easy, and it's easy to forget, but this body has really done a great job. So much so that I think, I shouldn't say it out loud because you do have cameras, that you are the envy, I think, of some of our other communities here in Clay County. They may not
We're
admit
good
that.
with that. We're good
Okay,
with that.
okay, that's it, young people just how important this is, because they are seeing it from elected officials that it is a big deal. And you can find out what to do and how you can get your own coin. But I'm gonna give this back to you.
Very much. Awesome. There we go.
Scott, thank you again for all your efforts for this great, great plan here for the county, for the whole community. Thank you. Absolutely.
Mr. Wagner is so gracious that the evening that we gave all of those coins that one night, he was here, and I didn't realize that and asked him to come up, so I owe him a public apology. But secondly, this whole thing with the first graders, you might think, reading the Declaration and all that kind of stuff, right? But they didn't, and I took pictures I should share at the council. They created their own sort of voting process. They had a voting booth. They had historical stuff they'd worked on the walls, and it was really, really impressive to get those kids started in first grade. So that was wonderful. But thank you, Scott, for all you've done for this.
Anybody else? Good, okay. We'll move to item number 8, which is a proclamation for National Emergency Medical Services Week. And I think that all of our medical emergencies have left the building because of that very need, right? We'll go ahead with the proclamation. Desi, would you?
They were here.
Yep.
So this is a proclamation for Emergency Medical Services Week. Whereas emergency medical services is a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency medical care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas emergency medical services fills healthcare gaps by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas the members of emergency medical services teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical service providers, designate Emergency Medical Services Week. Now, therefore, I, Jean B. Moore, Mayor of the City of Gladstone, Missouri, on behalf of the members of the Gladstone City Council and all Gladstone residents, will observe May 17 through 23, 2026 as Emergency Medical Services Week in the City of Gladstone, and we encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities in honor of the EMS profession and the essential service it provides. I think we all tend to take for granted that these services are available to us, and then when we need them, we really know, hey, we need them. But I think it's important for us with this proclamation every day to realize how important these teams are to our well-being.
Yeah. So this wouldn't be possible. Obviously, our staff, highly trained, highly skilled, highly dedicated, but without the support of the council, the community, the administration, other departments within the city, we wouldn't be able to do the job that we do. So we rely on the community heavily, and we thank you. And I'll accept this and make sure that my staff is recognized.
Item number 9 is communications from the audience. This is a time during each of our council members when we invite members of the public to come before the council on a topic not listed on the agenda. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to come forward tonight? Yes, please. Please state your name and address for the record and limit your comments to 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm Alan Bodler. I'm a resident of Gladstone as of almost 4 weeks now. 1012 Northeast, 75th Street. You've heard that number before, 75th Street. And I'm not new to North Kansas City Hospital. That's what brought me here, is North Kansas City Hospital. But North Kansas City itself, I've been here for over 8 years. I could live anywhere in Kansas City. I decided to live in Gladstone because, one, quality of living, the quality of people, outstanding here, outstanding. So I had a chance to kind of educate myself in those 8 years. While at the address of 1012 Northeast 75th Street, I did notice a little bit of a discrepancy, the aggressive driving behavior. And what I'm asking for is a consideration of speed humps. I know this has been brought up a number of times before, and Gladstone is not exactly enthusiastic about speed humps. Statistics, at 20 miles an hour, fatality rate is 5%. If you get hit by a car, a pedestrian hit by a car at 20 miles an hour, 5% fatality, which means out of 100 people getting hit, 5% of them will die. 30 miles an hour, 45% fatality rate. So at that rate, at 100 miles an hour, 100 people, if you were hit at 30 miles an hour, 45% of them, 45 of them will die. Now, what we're seeing in many communities, and many people can agree with this, we're seeing 30 to 40 miles an hour in our streets, in our residential areas. And that's an 85% fatality rate. Okay, 85%, 85 of 100 people will die if they were hit by a vehicle at 40 miles an hour. And that's not uncommon. You look at the size of the vehicles today, we're past 2 tons. We're at the 3-ton, 4-ton rate. And nothing but F-350, that's up there for a weight. And there was a time, I worked trauma in St. Louis. I'm a nurse anesthetist by trade. I've been doing this for 35 years. There was a time when the bumper would hit you at the knee. Now the bumpers are at your waistline, if a little bit higher. So there was a time when the people, if you hit a pedestrian, they would fly over the hood. Not anymore. You're underneath the car. There is no survival when you hit that below underneath the car. So I'm saying, it's this speed humps. You put up all the signs you want, LED signs, flashing, radars, all you want. You need a physical barrier. And speed humps versus speed bumps is a big difference. Talking to the police department, fire department, speed humps are acceptable. Talking to Public Works, I haven't received a response yet. I did submit a letter to them. They were designed, coming from Minnesota, educating myself in Wisconsin, we know about snow. We also know about speed humps. Very, very attractive for someone that's snow plowing. My cousin is in the snow plowing business. It's not a big issue for a speed hump, for a snow plow to go over them. And how often do you get snow in Gladstone? How often do you get snow in Missouri? Period. Once, twice this past year. How many times do you see people walking along the roadside with a carriage, stroller, walking their dog, grandparents? I live in an area where there's people are 70, 80 years old. That's the highlight of our evening, to stroll along there with our kids, our grandchildren. But there's no barrier of any sort. You see a 4-ton vehicle coming at you at 40 miles an hour, and there's no curbs. All the curbs in our area are rolled curbs, not the standard vertical curbs. They're rolled. There is nothing to stop that vehicle from plowing into that couple or the grandparents or that child in the stroller. So I'm just asking if there's a potential consideration for a speed hump, maybe 2 of them perhaps. But I know this has been brought to your attention before, and we're just going to try it again. So maybe some numbers, some stats will help bring your attention to it. I don't know. We're not living in Leave It to Beaver neighborhoods anymore. People are now aggressive. You can, maybe some of us can relate to Leave It to Beaver. I don't know. But people are aggressive. people are careless. And it's really the barriers, a speed hump is really the only thing we've got left to slow them down a little bit. And I appreciate a consideration on that. And thank you very much for this opportunity to
Thank you.
speak.
Thank you
No,
very much
you're
for being
welcome.
here.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Danny?
Good evening, and I'm going to start off by, my name is Daniel Fowler, I live at 6917. I'm going to start off by saying, we didn't plan this. But I actually, for those of you who know my wife, you can ask her. We did not plan to kind of have the same topic today. Where I live at is just down here from the community center. And there's an intersection at 69th and Troost that 20 years ago, when I moved in, when the community center was basically a row house with some folding chairs, was not a very busy intersection. Troost has gained popularity, 69th Street has gained popularity, as evidenced by the fact that we have some ordinances or some resolutions today about 69th and North Oak and changing traffic patterns. That road, 69th and Troost both are heavily trafficked now. That particular intersection has at least 3 school bus pickups in the mornings. About a week and a half ago, on a Friday evening, my daughter was out walking the dog, and she witnessed a collision at that intersection. Not the first one this year, not the last one this year. It is a constant thing. It's starting to happen more and more often. We have kids that are crossing that street with no crosswalks that are indicated, no pedestrian, no signs that are indicating pedestrians are heavily using that area. And so what I'm asking for is less of of any kind of permanent solution or anything like that. It's more just for the thoughtfulness that goes into understanding what safety measures can we take at that intersection or other intersections like it in our community. This gentleman talked about speed humps. I think that that's a wonderful idea, but any kind of traffic calming measures that we can introduce along 69th, it's a little bit of a hill right there, so it's kind of hard to even look over that hill as you're coming down. There might be something there that we can do that goes into the stop sign, so most people know to stop there, but a lot of times those people, if they're not familiar with the area, think it's a 4-way and will go, and that's when the accidents happen. But any kind of traffic calming that we can have up and down Troost as well, whether it's curb cuts, whether it's more signage, speed humps, I'm not sure what all would be available for that. But any kind of traffic calming that can happen along that will also decrease that speed and make it a much safer spot for that entire neighborhood. Because as you turn off of, I forget what the actual turn is, but there by the antenna, you turn down that, it is almost a half mile before you hit a stoplight. And it's straight downhill. And I can tell you from experience, it sounds like a racetrack on Saturday night. And I understand people got their trucks, their bikes and stuff, and they want to go fast. But if we can have some sort of traffic calming or something to make our neighborhoods a little safer, I as a citizen, would very much appreciate that. So thank you very much for your time. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you, Danny. Chief Ferris, can we take a look at some of these situations? Thank you. Anyone else? Michael. I have to tell you that Michael was a first-time volunteer at Glad Green Team last time, so he gets a little kudo here.
Thank you. So my name is Michael Jenkins. I'm 7204 Woodland Avenue. I just want to say that I really enjoyed getting to get involved more, coming to the meetings and participating in the Gladstone cleanup team. I really enjoyed supporting the city in that way. And I just want to also say thank you for all the hard work you all are doing, and I look forward to staying involved. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Is there anyone else? Jim?
Thank you, Jim. I understand there is a movement afoot to name the Gladstone Post Office after Pete Hall. I know a lot of you knew Pete. I knew him very well close friend of mine. Loved him like a brother. He's just a tremendous, tremendous person. So if there's anything I can do that would help you encourage to put forth a resolution or anything to help that happen, I would greatly appreciate it. I want to read something to you. And if I get through this without crying, I'll be the most surprised person in the room. Just have to understand this man was just a tremendous, tremendous human being, best friend I've probably ever had in my life. A lot of people probably could say that about Pete. And I wrote something I discovered a few years ago that a lot of times I struggle to say what I'm really wanting to communicate with people, but if I put it into some type of a form, I can express it a little bit better. You kind of put yourself out here when you put something like this together, so bear with me. The title of this is called Defining a Hero. The theater of war. Hard to imagine a more frightening test. Not many people have the courage to do what they have to do when it's just the enemy versus you. Many, many brave soldiers face the horror and do their best. A few rise above the rest. They're called heroes and awarded bronze and silver stars. Valor and courage in the face of war. Of thousands of soldiers that have helped wars be won, only a few can lay claim to one. Their courage is beyond comprehension. It defies explanation. So what can be said for someone who has earned more than one? Only a few times has it ever been done. What about earning not one, not two, not three, but four? It's hard to imagine anyone has ever earned more. It's funny how they always say I did nothing special, just happened to be there that day. But most wouldn't or couldn't, just not in their DNA. Many soldiers are injured in battle, and for that they are awarded a Purple Heart, a way for your country to say thank you and to set them apart. Like the Valor Stars, the Purple Hearts reached four, injured in battle, prognosis dire, legs shattered by enemy fire. Told unlikely he would ever walk again, but a medical miracle was in the makeup of this man. A fire inside drove him to try again and again and again until he walked from the hospital, never to use a wheelchair again. Many years have passed by now. We hope all the soldiers heal and adjust somehow. We enjoy the gift of freedom, a debt too large to repay. Let's honor and remember what he did for us each day, dedicated to James Pete Hall. I regret I never gave that to him. I wrote that a couple of years ago, and the timing was just never right to present it to him, but I hope you can understand and appreciate what this man's meant to our community, and hopefully we can put something together to help that happen.
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate that. It was beautiful, beautifully written. Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to bring a matter before the council this evening? Seeing none, we will move to communications from the City Council. Councilman Nave.
Thanks, Mayor. First of all, I'd just like to say that I love the community engagement that we're having at the City Council meeting tonight. So thank you all for that. With Mayor Moore and Mayor Pro Tem Spencer Davis, had our National Day of Prayer right here on the steps of City Hall. Really, really amazing weather, great turnout, and great people. So if you weren't there with us, it was really a spectacular sight to see. And that was my first National Prayer Day that I've done with Gladstone, but it sure won't be the last. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilman Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. I really don't have anything except to commend Mr. Hampton on his remarks, and I think we all know how we felt about Pete. Thank you.
Councilmember Spalding.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one reminder, something coming up on our consent agenda, that this Saturday, I think that everybody's trying to take advantage of the drive-through vaccination clinic at our animal control offices up off 76th Street. There's opportunity for discounted vaccinations and also grooming and food trucks. So 7 to 5 for, individuals who can't quite afford to go to the vet, senior citizens, on fixed incomes. This is a great opportunity to take care of your animal and get them vaccinated and enjoy the day. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thanks, Mayor. Just one quick thing is that we got a new small business opening up in Gladstone on Friday, Be Happy Pie Company.
On that.
It is opening up on Friday with Angie and Chad Burns, and excited for it. So,
Great, thank you. Well, I just wanted to echo Councilman Nave's comments about the National Day of Prayer and give a special thanks to Antioch Bible Baptist Church that spearheads that event every year. We did have a wonderful turnout. Pastor Steve and Pastor Bob were both here, and it's always a very moving experience, and one that I don't know that I've missed, and it is one I would encourage people to come out for. It was great. And we had a successful Glad Green Team cleanup on May 2nd. I think there were like 11 of us, and I hope you noticed how sparky 72nd Street looked, and up and down North Oak from 72nd to 76th. So we'll probably do another one, weather permitting, on the first Saturday in June. So I hope all of you can help join us in that effort. City Manager, your turn.
I have a few items. Actually, our citywide garage sales take place this Thursday, May 14th through Sunday, May 17th. Residents can host sales and shop for bargains throughout the community. No permit is required during this event, but participants are reminded to follow all the posted sign and parking guidelines, which can be found on the flyer posted on the front page of the city's website. Gladstone's Municipal Outdoor Pool opens the 2026 season on Saturday, May 23rd. Season passes are available at the Gladstone Community Center, and additional information on pool hours, passes, and events can also be found on the city's website. City Hall will be closed on Monday, May 25th, in observance of Memorial Day, and will renew normal business hours on Tuesday, the 26th. This also means that there will be no second city council meeting in May. So the next council meeting will be Monday, June 8th. And finally, KC Close-Up Podcast with Jim Daniels of 94.1 KFKF recently featured Mayor Moore discussing the Gladstone Green Team and the upcoming community events, including the FIFA World Cup watch party on June 20th and the Gladstone Freedom Fest on July 14th. That full interview is available on Spotify and other podcast platforms. You can just choose your favorite internet search engine and type in KC Close-Up KFKF, and you'll have a bunch of options available to listen to that, which is episode 9 on April 27th. And I will have to say you knocked that one out of the park.
Thank you very much. That was my first podcast, so. Item number 12 is the consent agenda. Madam Clerk, will you please explain and read the consent agenda?
A consent agenda allows the city council to consider and approve routine items of business without discussion. Any member of the city council, the city staff, or the public may request removal of any item from the consent agenda and request that it be considered under the regular agenda if discussion or debate of the item is desired. Items not removed from the consent agenda will stand approved upon motion by any council member, second and unanimous vote to approve the consent agenda as published or modified. Consent agenda, consider special event permits. Drive-through vaccination clinic, animal control facility, Saturday, May 16, 2026, 7 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Nexus Disc Golf will host the Nexus Flexus, a one-round flex start PDGA C-tier disc golf tournament, Hobby Hill Park, Sunday, May 17, 2026, 8 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. Nelson Home Group, in coordination with Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts Department, will host a Friends and Client movie night featuring The Sandlot, Linden Square, Saturday, May 30, 2026, 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Annual Law Enforcement Night Out, Happy Rock Park East, Friday, August 7, 2026, 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Big Shoal Sunflower Festival, Big Shoal Farm, Saturday, August 15, 2026, 9 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. Resolution R-26-26, a resolution accepting right-of-way, and easements from certain property owners in conjunction with the North Oak Traffic Way construction, project TP 2371.
Is there anyone in the audience or council or staff who wishes to remove an item from the consent agenda for discussion? Seeing none, I will
Mayor
accept a
Moore.
motion. Councilman Smith,
Move we adopt or approve the consent agenda as submitted.
Second?
a motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda as presented. All in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed? The consent agenda is approved. We'll move to the regular agenda. Item number 13 is a public hearing, a zoning change for property located at 710A Northeast 76th Street, Gladstone, Missouri. I will open the public hearing.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. Tonight, we have a zoning change request from Mr. Thomas Sims for the property located at 710A Northeast 76th Street. Currently, the property is zoned R1 Single Family, and the request is to change the zoning to M1 Light Industrial to match the adjacent property to the south. The applicant currently stores equipment outdoors on the site and is requesting approval to construct 2 storage buildings to enclose the equipment. The goal is to improve the site organization, make better use of the property, and significantly reduce the visual impact of outside storage. The property is currently zoned R1 Single Family Dwelling District, which does not permit these types of storage buildings. That's why a zoning change is required. After reviewing the location and surrounding land uses, staff believes the site is unlikely to ever develop as a single-family residential due to its characteristics and the existing development pattern in the area. Approving this rezoning would allow the property to be used in a way that's more compatible with the surrounding area while screening the stored equipment and improving the overall appearance of the site. City staff recommends that the City Council approve the zoning change as submitted. Also, the Planning Commission unanimously approved the zoning change at their April meeting. Thank you. We do have Mr. Thomas Sims in the audience tonight with his daughter, if you have any questions.
Mr. Sims, would you like to present?
Tom Sims, 1800 Northeast 76th Street, Gladstone, Missouri, 64118.
Thank you for being here.
I just want to kind of clean it up. I have a lot of outside equipment that stays outside and it just looks better. If you're not familiar where it is, it's in the back, very back. It's the last property in Gladstone. That's up to the school. And the ambulance usually sits there when the fireworks go off and the fire trucks sit there. And then the fire trucks come back there and cut up cars and stuff like that. So we don't really use it, that much. I just want to clean it up, make it look better.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Sims? Okay, thank you.
Right.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak in favor of this? Anyone opposed? We'll close the public hearing then. We'll move on to item 14, which is the first reading of Bill number 26-13, an ordinance approving a zoning change for property located at 710A Northeast 76th Street within the city of Gladstone, Missouri.
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Smith.
We place bill number 26-13 on its first reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to place Bill number 26-13 on its first reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing Bill number 26-13 on its first reading, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
First reading bill number 26-13, an ordinance approving a zoning change for property located at 710A Northeast 76th Street within the city of Gladstone, Missouri.
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Smith.
Move we approve the first reading bill number 26-13, waive the rule and place the bill on its second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the first reading of Bill number 26-13, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing Bill number 26-13 on its second and final reading, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
Second reading bill number 26-13, an ordinance approving a zoning change for property located at 710A Northeast 76th Street within the city of Gladstone, Missouri.
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Smith.
We accept the second reading bill number 26-13 and enact as ordinance number 4.730.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the second and final reading of Bill number 26-13 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.730. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Nave?
Aye.
Councilman Smith?
Aye.
Councilmember Spalo?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Moore?
Aye. Bill number 26-13 stands enacted as ordinance number 4.730. Item number 15, first reading Bill number 26-14, an ordinance amending Title III offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Gladstone, Missouri to amend Chapter 105 offenses against government administration.
Mayor Moore.
Councilmember Spalo.
I move to place bill number 26-14 on its first reading.
It's been moved and seconded to place number 26-14 on its first reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 26-14 on its first reading, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
First reading number 26-14, ordinance amending Title III offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Gladstone, Missouri to amend Chapter 105 offenses against government administration.
Councilmember Spalo.
I move to accept first reading bill number 26-14, waive the rule and place the bill on its second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the first reading of bill number 26-14, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 26-14 on its second and final reading, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
Second reading bill number 26-14, an ordinance amending Title III offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Gladstone, Missouri to amend Chapter 105 offenses against government administration.
Mayor Moore.
Councilmember Spalo.
I move to accept the second and final reading of bill number 26-14 and enact it as ordinance number 4.731.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the second and final reading of bill number 26-14 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.731. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Nave?
Aye.
Councilman Smith?
Aye.
Councilmember Spalo?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Moore?
Aye. Bill number 26-14 stands enacted as ordinance number 4.731. Item number 16, first reading bill number 26-15, an ordinance amending Title III offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Gladstone, Missouri to amend Chapter 130 offenses against public peace and safety.
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Nave.
I move to bill number 26-15 on first reading.
It's been moved and seconded to place bill number 26-15 on first reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 26-15 on its first reading, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
First reading bill number 26-15, an ordinance amending Title III offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Gladstone, Missouri to amend Chapter 130 offenses against public peace and safety.
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Nave.
I move to accept first reading of number 26-15, waive the rule and place the bill on its second and final reading.
It's been moved and seconded to accept first reading of bill number 26-15, waive the rule, and place the bill on its second and final reading. Is there any discussion? All in favor of placing bill number 26-15 on its second and final reading, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Madam Clerk, please read the bill.
Second reading bill number 26-15, an ordinance amending Title III offenses of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Gladstone, Missouri to amend Chapter 130 offenses against public peace and safety.
Mayor Moore.
Councilman Nave.
I move to accept the second and final reading of Bill 26-15 and enact the bill as ordinance 4.732.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the second and final reading of bill number 26-15 and enact the bill as ordinance number 4.732. Is there any discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Nave?
Aye.
Councilman Smith?
Aye.
Councilmember Spalo?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Davis?
Aye.
Mayor Moore?
Aye. Bill number 26-15 stands enacted as ordinance number 4.732. Move to item number 16A. Which is a title? Okay.
There we go.
It's resolution number R-26-27, a resolution declaring the city council to formally recognize and honor the life and legacy of James Pete Hall by the honorary designation of the Gladstone Post Office as the James Pete Hall Post Office.
Mayor Moore,
Councilman Smith.
move for the adoption of resolution R-26-27.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt resolution. All in favor, aye.
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 Any opposed? Resolution R-26-27 is approved. Item number 17 is other business. Is there other business to be brought before the council this evening?
Mayor Moore.
Councilmember Spallo.
Hey, we forgot to mention Blues Fest.
I
for
know,
this
I was
weekend.
going to say that. We did.
And so let's not forget, this Friday and Saturday evening, the Gladstone Area Chamber of Commerce is hosting the annual Blues Fest. A lot of great entertainment. And join us both evenings, starting at 5 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for that. Any other business to be brought before the council? We are adjourned.